What's good? It's your girl Amani Caesar.
Smoke.
Boy, Dre, they forever, baby.
Brian Reeves, director of 70 times 7.
Man, it's your boy, Artist.
The girl's Asia's name. Girl named Masam.
It's Young Spook, one half the Back End Business Podcast.
Era, the Gap 2 Diva.
Big stuff.
Are you Milan? Here, Milan.
It's your girl, Flaming Gina.
This Auntie Pig.
Boy, Lou.
Ebony, aka Ebony with an I. I'm from the Big Head Radio Show, and I'm
With the King Teeth Network, huh?
Alright, and we're back. This is King Teeth Network. We are here, and we are here with family. It is Eli Moon in the building. How are you, sir?
I am great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to see you. Last time we saw you, we was outside, downtown, with the water.
I was
here,
sunburned.
shit.
I was sunburned quite.
Yeah,
Quite
it was hot. It was a warm day, all type of shit. But now we're back about a year later, over a year later, actually. And you've done what you said you was gonna do. You stayed consistent. You kept pushing. You elevated. So I'm proud of that. You really. You say you're trying to keep up with me, but man, you really stay consistent when you're talking about DMing people, making sure people seeing what you got going on. Where does that come from? Like I feel like you even took the next step in that.
Yeah, I mean, my dad instilled a really good work ethic in me and hard work when I was younger. Just like, he worked 2 jobs constantly and was always doing a lot of hard work. And like, really, just at the end of the day, that was instilled in me, and then I saw other artists that were working hard and doing different things, and I was like, well, at the end of the day, I have to get myself seen. So I just started like making sure people would see like a post more often than not, so send it in the DM or just reach out and say, hey, find one of my posts and go like it or something. Just making sure people saw me early on, and if that was a little more pestering, now they support it because they were like, he stayed on me when it was first beginning. So
Absolutely.
that was big for me.
So how do you find the persistence when people aren't liking it, even though you send it to 100 people, only maybe 5 like it? Like, how does that feel? Like, how do you keep going?
Well, so I've learned to like love social media from a distance, like post, and then like
Absolutely.
whatever the results are, it's kind of like like a game show or like like American Idol. Whatever the results are in, and you got 5 likes and 2 comments. So,
Absolutely.
I live with the results, and it's all love at the end of the day.
Yeah.
5 likes, is 5 more than I had before I posted it, and
5 people know about what's going on right now.
It's just important to post, and at the end of the day, not get like sucked into it. Like I got my first 100 like post, and I thought I was like, I'm here now, right?
I feel that. Totally understand.
No, I mean, but you were on 9 from Cleveland.
I mean, that was a great moment. That was an amazing moment. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shout out to I'm from Cleveland. We're definitely connected. We've been talking about some things. Stay tuned for that. But no, that was a big moment for us. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, it's still it's funny you say like 100 likes and you feel like you shit. I feel like that too. Like when I get like a post goes 100 like that's amazing to me because I remember when I was getting 5. You know what I'm saying? I remember. And there's still some posts that get 5. But it's like, you have the capacity and capability to reach that many people. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah.
So from that, is that one of your like goals when you're talking about like being on media platforms, being on like the bigger stages, being on the different radio stations? Like, is that like one step after the other type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I want to explore a lot of different avenues. Like, I want to be, I want to get out and start doing motivational speaking in 2023.
Wow.
Just start talking to like schools. I was bullied hard in high school. And like it's not cool. So I just want to get out there and kind of like talk about different things that like affected me in my life and how I can help anybody going through a tough time. So I want to do motivational speaking. I want to do shows for mental health awareness. I want to, partner with like mental health awareness charities, like charities that take care of that. I just want to do different things.
So, Eli Moon, you officially changed your name on our show.
Yep.
How has it been being Eli Moon and not just Moon? Has it been a better, like, people been able to find you easier? How has that been?
I think it just rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah.
Eli Moon.
It feels like a fuller name.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's just personalized, and it has my first name a little bit in there, and then my last name in there a little bit. And that's important because I am the firstborn, so I need to have Eli in there. But Moon, like the last name, the heritage, like that's what I do it for. Like
that's
I
your
be
real name, right?
Moon, yeah. It's short for Mooney Ham. There's a cow horse at a pig.
Really?
Mooney Ham, yeah.
Wow.
Moon.
I don't think we knew that last time.
Yeah. It's a line. It's Irish.
It's a lie.
It's Irish.
It's Irish?
It's Irish, yeah. It's an Irish line.
That's where all this hair comes from?
I don't know what it comes from, so.
Because it's grown. Let me just tell you that. It's grown a lot. I don't think you've shaved since we see you.
Yeah, so I'm upset because everybody says my beard's red. And I really, for the longest time, thought it was blonde.
Yeah, it's
but you get a little bit of red out
It's
of it.
dirty blonde.
And then the hair is very blonde. So
Yeah.
I'm very Irish. Very Irish. Blonde and red.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Ireland?
No. I'd
Would
like
you-
to be there.
would you-
I mean, how could I not go to Ireland?
That'd be
Yeah.
fire.
No, I gotta do a show out there.
Right.
That's
Turn them up.
Yep. So.
Okay, so what are some of the performances you've done? 'Cause you haven't done many performances.
Yeah, not a lot of shows this year, but I've done a few shows, like I said, with Family Ties. We did two shows at the Odeon Lounge in June, and then in October. We're looking at a few different avenues, a few different things for December possibly.
Fire.
Maybe, beginning of 2023.
Yeah.
I try to stay a little bit lips locked because in the past I've said some things and
And it didn't show up.
they don't, and sometimes if you just talk too much about it, it just doesn't happen. So
Yeah.
try to stay lips locked on that, lips sealed. But Family Ties, myself, narrator, King Paolo, Vice, we're working on some big things. You bring in unique sound because I think Cleveland as a whole is starting to get too cookie cutter. I think there's a lot of great artists out there, but I think at the end of the day it's just too cookie cutter. We talk about the same things all the time, and there's so much more to life. And I think I fell into the trap when I first started. Like I was talking about sad ass shit.
I remember that.
You know,
But you make conversation with yourself.
conversation held while no one's around.
While no one, that's even worse.
But like, the thing is like,
Even though that was my favorite tape of yours, actually, by the way.
I think you're gonna like my new shit.
Yeah,
I
the
think
one in
so.
2023.
Yeah.
I like Symphony, but it doesn't hit like Conversations for some reason.
Really?
I was in a whole different mindset back then, though.
That's true. I mean, so like the thing with Symphony is like I made that song because I was really, like I said, going through a lot of stuff. I was working 70, 80, 90-hour work weeks.
Shit.
On top of going to the studio. So I would get off of work at 8, call Sky up, we'd head out to the studio, get there around, 8, 8:30. If I got off at a 7 o'clock day every now and then. And I'd be there till 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 at night, and get home around midnight, be back up at it. So the song, in the song I say, it's too late for me, I need Symphony. Because the people call me at 3 in the morning, and that would like be a real thing. Like, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that.
Yeah.
I was living downtown, so I was really just doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. Yeah. So the song is like, I need Symphony. Like, it's too late for me. So I was doing stuff, still going out, but I wasn't giving myself a proper respect and proper like care that I need. So the I need Symphony
It
is.
took a toll on you.
Yeah, I was tired. I was working a lot. I was working a lot. I need to take a look in the mirror and kind of like reflect on myself. So Dropping Love and Symphony is a really big EP for me.
Yeah.
Because I think it, ties into the message that I'm trying to drop with mental health awareness,
Like
really
you
promote
always
that.
have,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so that's important to me. Love and Symphony was a big tape, big EP there. My Darn Brain, which I really like because it's like, it talks about like some stuff where I'm going through some stuff in a way, but really it's just, I'm out there, man. My darn brain. Like, I have anxiety, I have depression, things of that nature. So I gotta take medicine. So my darn brain can act up every now and then. And so that's why I like Cool Dude. I like Weirdo.
So those are the two EPs. The first one is
The first one's Love and Symphony.
Love and Symphony, and the second one is
My Darn Brain.
And the two differences is you were going through something more on My Darn Brain.
I'd say it's just like more of an wild kind of chaotic vibe on My Darn Brain. It's just like I'm embracing that kind of side, and then Love and Symphony is more so like embracing the like, hey, like you just need to respect and like take care of yourself. Like My Darn Brain's like, yo, you're a fucking odd cat. Excuse my language, my mom, if you're watching this. I didn't say it. Bleep that out. Bleep it out. But no, I mean, My Darn Brain is just like I'm an odd cat. Like I'm different. So that was a different style of EP. Like cool. I don't think when we did Cool Dude, and we were in the studio, and I said, narrator, I want to do something different. He said, well, yeah, but we do that every time. I was like, right, but I need something, and he just, out of nowhere, just started working on the beat for Cool Dude, and I was like, what if I just jumped in immediately, no hook, just straight up, just rapped the entire time, and we did that. It was it's a 2-minute and like 19-second song.
How you feel about it?
I love that. I love that
like
one.
it.
I love that one.
That one's one of my favorite releases that you've done since we've seen you.
Yeah, Cool Dude's fun, and then Weirdo on the other side is just when we did Cool Dude. So we worked on that one. We did it in like one session, and then I said, I need something like just out there, and we started working on Weirdo, and I was like, this is perfect. We kind of started crafting it. I wanted to drop it around Halloween time. We were a little earlier than Halloween with the release, which is okay with me because I felt it needed to be out there. But we were really going for kind of like a spooky, but also like just like, wow, this is like different kind of vibe.
Yeah,
so,
I
two
love it.
different EPs, but 2 important EPs to drop and kind of set the table for next year.
Yeah. So where's your headspace at now for next year? Like, what's this EP that the project that you don't have the title for yet? But what's the sound? Is it going to be more out there? Is it going to be more what we've heard before? What is it going to be?
Yeah, so that's why I think you're going to like it a lot because it has like throwbacks, kind of a feel the conversations held while no one's around. Yeah, it has like some definitely some different vibes, talking about mental health being important, but it has some fun songs in there too where it's just like a modern sound with a little bit of a throwback feel to my music. Yeah, so for me it's like attacking in 2023. Like I'm gonna find different ways to reinvent myself because at the end of the day I've always stayed true to like if you're not doing something different then you're kind of setting yourself into that cookie cutter mindset. I like to always do something just out there and do different things. So for 2023 I'm just gonna keep reinventing myself until like you can't mention Cleveland, Ohio without mentioning Eli Moon. And I feel like all respect to everybody out there, but I feel like at some point you have to start mentioning me. Like I've been around, I haven't gone anywhere. I have put time in. I've done shows all over downtown Cleveland. I've done them in different areas in the suburbs. And I mean, I don't know what exactly I need to do to put myself out there, but I'll continue to do it because I'm not afraid of chasing after the spotlight. But I'm not after it necessarily for like being famous. I just want people to understand that like I have done this a long time, and at some point I'm going to get my flowers, and I'm going to take care of those. So
absolutely, I always respect the grind and hustle of any artist, but especially an artist that starts truly from not knowing anybody in the industry and really just grinding his way and earning their respects each and every step. So, man, I've always appreciated what you've been able to bring to the table.
Yeah.
There's always something. It's never like, oh, just please give me this, give me this. It's like, no, I got a whole this. I got a whole team. I got a whole this. I got a whole plan of action. I just need the eyes and the people to do it.
Right.
And so that's why we're always definitely going to support you, even though it may take a while. We're a family. It may take a second. We got a lot. Look, we done grown a little bit, all right? I don't know if you heard. We was the best podcast in Ohio.
Oh, I heard.
I don't know if you heard about that. But so we're a little bit of a hot commodity, but that does not mean we're going away from our royal family at all, because without y'all, we wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
So from that being said, what do you feel like for you is the drawback for Cleveland artists? Because, like you said, King Paula was the first since Q Money to be on 2 radio stations. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's very limited opportunities right now. And why is that? It's not like it's limited talent, though.
Yeah, I just think it's like a lack of like hunger and kind of like just taking
I've
it.
heard that again. This is the second time we heard that today.
Just not taking it as serious. Like, I mean, we had a show, like I mentioned, I haven't done a lot of shows this year. I've kind of been more so working behind the scenes, but we had a show in June. We had 8 to 10 artists on that show with Paula, and it was a show Paula had really booked. I was on it, me and narrator, and we had about 4 to 5 artists drop off.
Really?
Before the show even started. It got down to about 4 or 5 artists ended up performing that night.
Wow.
And it's like, if you're not going to take it seriously, that is completely okay. But there are a lot of people that would like really want a spot.
Yep.
I've had shows where I was like, dang, I wish I got on, and then at the end of the day, you hear the show falls apart or
Yep.
something happens. So I just think people need to be more hungry. You know, I met Paula, you know, back when I first started doing like shows. So this is like, you know, what, 2018, 2019. And I met Paula. He was doing a show with my dude Joey James. Joey James like was underneath him on the card, and I said, "Man, I want to do some more shows. How do I do a show? You know, here at Shadows. It was Shadows out in Parma. It was a cool little venue for a while." And he goes, "Hold on 1 second." He walked to his truck and he brought back 10 tickets. He said, "If you could sell all these, you can come back. We'll split. You know, we'll split you your cut." Explained it to me the way you know it should be, and he's like, and we'll get you on the show. I ended up selling like 10. I think I ended up getting an extra 5 from him. I ended up selling 15 tickets or something. I sold a good amount of tickets, and that's how I met him. That's how I got connected. I was hungry.
Yeah.
When I met you, you know, I was like, I got booked because I was at a different show already performing like 4 or 5 days later or earlier.
Earlier, yeah.
So I was at Chicago's Home with Chicken and Waffles.
Uh-huh.
And I think I ran into you and your dad, and I was like, yo, like let me get booked on this show. And you're like, here's the flyer, like hit me up and we'll see. Like, and I was like persistent. I was like, yo, like let me get on this show.
You're a persistent motherfucker.
And I still showed up on the show.
You're a persistent motherfucker. I love it though because that was an amazing show. Was that wasn't the King Chip show?
No, that was Rip Flames and Pooh Gutter.
and Pooh Gutter. But that was a great show.
That was a great show, and I remember walking up to you the day of the show, and you're like, "Oh, so you really do make music?" And I was like, "I'm so serious. I make music."
And then you hear Big Head.
And you hear Big Head, and then you hear Big Head, and then the second version coming out soon. Promise.
Yes, because I need it.
Yeah,
that's my favorite song.
So what if I told you a secret right here on the King
What's
Teeth
up?
Network, the award-winning King
yes,
Teeth Network?
talk your thing.
So I'll let you guys know in a secret that you may or may not see Big Head being released at the beginning of 2023.
You got a video to it?
We got to keep it on it.
I'm just fucking with you. But the visuals, I do want to talk about your visuals because you've always taken the time to do visuals and do them well.
Yeah.
So what are a couple of visuals you put out since we've seen you?
You know, I guess just in terms of videos, I just post a lot of you know, narrators worked behind the scenes on doing like different graphics and effects, and I never have the greatest words to describe him, but he does all these different things. And, you know, we had just different promo videos. I'm trying to get out every day in terms of, like, just being in front of, like, you know, Instagram and just talking and spreading a positive message.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, life is way too short. I've had a lot of stuff happen in the last few years.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm sure, you know, we all have just with the pandemic, with, like, inflation, high prices.
The inflation is a bitch.
Yeah.
Come on, Biden.
Yeah. You know, so it's a lot's been going on. So, you know. I don't know.
So, talk to us about the personal, because you say there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
How do you balance being an artist and still being a person and still building a life with your beautiful loved ones?
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that. But I mean, it's easier than it was because I am an artist and I am a person. But if I wasn't an artist, I don't think I'd be the person I wanted to be. So, you know, I like.
In you.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, like a superhero. Like, you know, Iron Man, when he puts that suit on, you know he's Iron Man. He's about to wreck somebody's world.
Yeah.
But then he gets out of there and he's whatever his name is. I'm not a big superhero guy, but I know that Iron Man is a human being, and then he gets into his thing.
Yeah.
But that's like me. Like I have my Iron Man suit when I'm out there on stage or when I'm out there in the studio. But you know, and then I'm, you know, Tony Stark.
The philanthropist that's a billionaire. You're a billionaire? Can we get some money, man? Sponsorship by Eli Moon coming soon.
My pockets are not very fat right now. But no.
I
but you know.
Clark Kent Superman.
Clark Kent Superman, yeah.
I love it.
I just want to go Iron Man and I didn't know his name.
Human,
I was like, shit.
I love it. Tony Stark. Shout out Tony Stark.
That's what I'm trying to do. You know, I get in the suit. That's how I'm on stage. I'm in the studio. I'm doing my music thing. I'm behind the scenes. I'm working hard. And then I'm Tony Stark. I'm chilling. I'm with, you know, my girlfriend Sky. You know,
Maserati.
I'm Maserati.
Keep fucking with you.
Right. Well, you know, I'm with.
He's got a whole life outside of this. We don't know what happens.
You know, I just like living and being me, and I don't always have the greatest words, or you know, I talk too fast, or I stumble. But you know, I'm just trying to live my life as an artist that somebody who respects the grind, you know, respects
other artists in the city, and we just wants the city to do well. But also at the end of the day, I've been working hard, King Teeth. I want my mother bleeping
Come on
flowers.
now. Yeah, facts.
You know, and I think it's time I get them. And I'm gonna apply pressure in 2023. So at this time next year, OEAs, you know, there's really no denying my name.
So do you feel like you were slated this year?
I don't think so. No disrespect. You know, I think all the artists
You
that
can
were up
talk
there.
your shit. Look,
I'll talk my
you
shit,
can
but
talk
here's
your
the
shit.
thing.
If you feel like you should have been on all of those music, look, you better say that shit.
No, here's the thing: is like the artists this year put in their time and put in their effort, but like at the end of the day, respectfully, I am gonna take what's mine in 2023, and I'm gonna get my name on some plaques. I'm gonna get my name on the radio, and I'm gonna get my name where it's destined to be. Because at the end of the day, I want to create, you know, a legacy for my family, so that they know my last name, they know who I am, they know what it's about, and I'm gonna get that, you know, that happening. So I'm excited.
Well,
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. Always a supporter. Always a supporter, because I just love how you get after it, because you're not afraid to be aggressive for what you want.
Yeah.
And that's important, because I'm the same way. Like, if I really want to do something, like, it's going to get done. And it's just a matter of time and a matter of how long am I willing to wait.
Yeah.
You know, patience is a virtue,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you have that. You're willing to, like you said in the beginning, like, it's not about a setback, it's really just perfect timing.
Yeah.
So, I appreciate you, man. I don't know exactly. I'm looking at this hair. I feel like we need to go a little longer because you got long hair now.
Yeah. Just
but
throwing it out.
relationship.
Yeah.
How is it being in a relationship and living with somebody and being an artist and balancing that life?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, because you have you know, you can have the harshest critic in the room or the nicest critic in the room. No, all jokes aside, though, this guy's great. She's always, you know, giving me feedback on music, and does let me know if, like, hey, maybe this isn't the one, maybe direction we should go. She's always giving me some sort of feedback, and I appreciate that. And she, you know, she's starting to write more. She wants to get into the studio, you know, so we're going to try to expedite that either the end of this year or 2023 early on. We're going to get her in the studio and start working on some music. So it's great, you know. We're big music heads. We listen to music quite a bit. You know, 6 in the morning, you know, 12 at night, doesn't really matter. So it's good, and we have a strong relationship. You know, we've been together. We just celebrated 2 years back on November 5th. Thank you. And so, you know, it's important, you know, just to keep on building. And that's what we try to do. We try to do different things and spice it up, and everything's good, man. I'm in a great spot, and, you know, I really just feel like
seems like
it's a matter of just perfect timing, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be coming in 2023.
Absolutely. Well, I ain't gonna keep you too long. King Paul, come here, man. Come here, man. Come here, man. Come here, man. You brung your boy.
Yeah, I had to,
I
bro.
definitely. You gonna have to hold this one though. Okay. All right, you gonna have to hold this one, but I want you to sit down for a second. All right, go ahead and sit down.
Yeah.
Tell him who you are. Tell him what you do. All that good
Appreciate
stuff.
it. Yeah. It's your boy King Paula, live from the rant. I am an artist, singer, songwriter, entertainer, and one day I'm gonna be bigger than J&B. You dig? All right.
Say that one more time. One day you gonna be bigger than who?
J&B. Just remember that. All right.
Come
King
on,
Paula.
dog.
All right.
All right,
Yes,
man. Where
sir.
can they follow you at real quick?
You can find me on all social media at King_PALA15. And again, that's King PALA15. All right.
Real shit. We gonna get him in for the full interview, but I had to say what's up.
Yes.
He is here in the building with my boy Eli.
Love and blessings, y'all.
So I had to say what's up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You got to. Gotta support our people.
Yeah. Heck
Gotta
yeah.
support our people.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna get a full one in soon.
Yeah, say less.
All right, we're gonna close this out. You know what we gotta do? It's called Get It Off Your Chest, but I'm gonna do it a little differently now, man. I want you to get off something personally off your chest about this music industry. Something that's deep down inside that really, like, keeps you going or that deters you. And I want you to tell people how you get over that.
Yeah, I think I've touched on it a little bit, but I'm kind of just sick of the same things that we keep talking about, whether it be in rap or, you know, pop music. It's just, I'm sick of hearing the same cookie cutter things. And just the same talks about different things, you know, drugs, guns, you know, money. I mean, like, it's, you talk your talk, but at some point we got to talk about something different because there's a lot to talk about in this world. So that's frustrating when you just hear the same things when we could be talking a lot about changing this world rather than battling all the time. I think that's what frustrates me. I'm a big loving person, so what I'm going to continue to do is just continue to push love, symphony, and just taking care of yourself and taking care of your loved ones, and being that different light that this world needs. Being where you can look at Eli Moon and say, "That's my friend, that's my family," and we're gonna get it to that point where they're gonna know us on a national level, and we're gonna take care of it. Family ties, Eli Moon,
All of that. No, for real. I appreciate you, Eli. You always got us right here on the King TV Network. You know that. We to the top. That's facts. Appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
It's the King TV Network. We're out here. Peace.